What's going on, guys? This is your host, Gabriel Venegas. Welcome to our podcast of Elite Table Talks. I'm super excited to have you guys here with me today. This is episode number 1. We are going to start this podcast with an 8-part series, a lot of information. We're going to be bringing great speakers that are on the field, currently making money in the topics that we're going to be talking, such as credit, such as cryptocurrency, such as real estate, and many other topics that we're going to be bringing to bring you guys information and value onto how you can use this information and go out to the world and make some money or do whatever you need to do in order to fulfill your life's dreams. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to share knowledge. So thank you and welcome to the podcast. Like I said, before we move any further with the main topic of today's podcast, which is mindset, something that I take very personal, something that I truly love to talk about because over the last few years, the experience and the people that I have met, it has meant a lot as far as to where I'm at today. So I decided to open up a podcast because I would love to share what I've learned over the last few years. I would love to share what I'm doing right now and how my mindset has shifted for the better, right? And I know that that's a very cliche topic. A lot of people make videos and podcasts talking about mindset, talking about what is it, how does it work, is it really a thing? But in the entrepreneur world, and myself, I'm an entrepreneur, and I don't come from a rich background. I don't come from always doing business and things like that. So just so you guys are a little bit more familiar with me, I'm South American, came to this country when I was almost 10 years old. And, coming to a new country from a third world country in South America, I thought that the U.S. was the American dream. I'm sure a lot of people look at it like that. We are in a land of opportunities. And I remember coming into this country as a little boy, not knowing the language, not knowing the monetary system, not knowing anything from anything, really. All I knew was that my parents lived here and they were in America. So in my country, America means money, right? Money grows out of trees. And if you are, an immigrant, if you're from another country that's not from here, when you come in, you have a culture clash. And for me, that's exactly what it was growing up. I had a culture clash and I didn't feel good. I used to get picked on in school because I didn't know the language. I didn't know how to use dollars for the first couple of years of my life in this country. But as a kid, as a baby, my biggest worry was what show am I going to watch on Nickelodeon, right? But as you grow older, your mindset changes because for me, coming into this country, not knowing anything, and I remember by the time I turned 16, when I was already starting to experience, adulthood and moving into my older years, it was very easy for me to get caught in the natural, mundane lifestyle that everybody follows, such as your father or your mother will tell you, go get a job and, go to school, go to college, get a good career, become a doctor, become a lawyer. These were things that were taught to me by my parents because that's what they did. My father's in finance, and he wanted me to do the same thing. But obviously, in knowing the land of opportunity and learning how opportunities work in this country was crucial for me growing up. So when I decided to become an entrepreneur and no longer work for someone, I was 19 when I made that decision. And in order for me to make such a life-changing decision, I believe it all came down to mindset. Why? Because that's the first place, or that's the first stop that you make in order for you to make your decisions. Everything that you do is based on how do you think. So let's break that down because for me, like I shared, coming into this country, I had the mindset of an immigrant. I didn't have the mindset of someone that was born here with money. I knew the language, I had the money, and I can just go and open up businesses. My lifestyle, my growing up was a little bit different. Moved out of my house at a very young age. So I experienced life at a very young age. I graduated high school going to 2 jobs. And knowing that, I knew that I was always meant for more. And I believe that's where your mindset starts changing. When you believe that you can go for more. So let's jump right into it. Mindset. So in order for us to go into what does mindset mean, first of all? So when you go into the Urban Dictionary, everybody has Google. I'm sure everybody could go to the search box and just type in mindset and what it means. So the mindset on the dictionary says the established set of attitudes held by someone. Okay? The established set of attitudes held by someone. So what does that mean? Attitudes. What does it entail? What does your mindset have to do with your attitude, right? What does one thing have to do with another? So it's very simple. Your mindset is built by the type of lifestyle that you are in. It's created by your circle. It's created by your influences. It's created by your parents. As simple as that. A mindset can be changed, but a mindset can also be modified. A mindset can be taught. A mindset can be duplicated. So, for example, in my personal case, I always saw other people in the field of real estate per se, which is something that I'm involved with, right? And I saw these people in real estate and I saw them doing videos, I saw them doing audios, and I saw them making all this money, and they were getting 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 odd checks, right? And I'm in my late 20s and I'm looking at these people and I'm like, how do they make so much money? And when I asked myself that question, I realized that the answer was information. So your mindset changes because of information. Your attitude changes based on information. So the more information that I got, the more educated that I got, the more I started seeing how people think differently, how people operate differently. And that's what started attracting me towards understanding my mindset, towards understanding what I need to do to make it stronger, to make it better in order to succeed. So a lot of gurus, a lot of sales trainers, a lot of podcasters that we come onto these platforms and we try to break down these topics based on personal experience, by the way. I'm not saying you have to go do what I tell you to do, but it's just understanding you. Because like I said earlier, your mindset is based out of your attitudes, right? So let's put that in context. For me, knowing that I didn't have money growing up, I wasn't rich, I had to go get a job at a young age, I already had a mindset of what I was accustomed to, what I saw my parents do. I saw my father work all the time, so I wanted to work all the time. I saw my mother working all the time, so I felt like I needed to work all the time. And all I was taught how to do was trade my time for money. So as I grew older, as I saw people in real estate that were making money, I wanted to do what they do. And I started learning and educating myself in real estate and how to become an agent and how to represent sellers and buyers. And my mind started adapting to new habits. And I think that's the coolest thing of being able to expand your mind and change your mindset, because you have a set of rules that are currently not working for yourself. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a business, or even if you don't have a business and you just want to live a healthier life, changing your mindset by understanding your surroundings and understanding what causes your mindset to be a certain way is very important. So let's start there. Your network. Your network determines your mindset, the people that you're close to, the people that you're around with, the people that you share your personal time with. And I know we've heard this before. We've read it in books before. As the 5 closest people to you determine your income. And we take that very, very lightly. I know for myself, in certain situations in my life, I look at my closest friends, at my 5 closest friends, and they determine my income. Now, I'm not saying, if you have bad friends, don't talk to them, cut them out of your lives. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, though, the people that are around you have a huge impact into where you want to go, into how you change the way you think. That set of rules that you're going to start acquiring by hanging out with different types of people is different. For example, myself, in this very situation, I'm starting to network with individuals that do podcasting. I'm not a professional podcaster. You guys are in the first episode. Leave your comments on the podcast. Leave your reviews. Give me tags if you feel that I should do something better or I should talk about something that piques your interest. Shoot me, connect with me, follow my social media. But by following my social media, you'll be helping yourself change that mindset because you're changing your network, right? And you don't have to follow me. You can follow anyone that has what you want. So by elevating your influence of friends, by elevating your circle of friends, you will be creating a bigger space that to you might be unknown. And obviously, like everything else in life, the unknown is scary. People don't like to take chances in life. People don't like to risk. So, when I talk about mindset and I talk about elevating your friends and your network and your influence and making sure that you're surrounded by people that have what you have, you start realizing certain things start to change. For example, have you ever seen a show and you dream about the show the next day? Or when you go to sleep that day, it's fresh in your mind? Or you wake up the next day and the episode's still fresh in your mind and you're replaying the scenes from the episode? If that's ever happened to you, it happens to me a lot. Every time I watch a movie or I see a documentary, I'm thinking about it. It's constant in my head. So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine and I said, let me see your Instagram. What are the 5 first reels or the 5 first stories that pop up when you're following your Instagram? And we opened his Instagram and the first 5 things that he was following had to do with cars, females, because he's a guy, females, cars, and sports. That was the first 5 stories that fed his profile. And then I looked at my profile, and the first 5 stories that identify my profile, every time I open it, the first 5 stories are always either someone that's in business, someone that does anything regarding real estate, entrepreneurship, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, whatever is things that I want to learn. So I want to learn about credit. I want to learn about cryptocurrency. I want to learn about advertisement. I want to learn about branding. I start following these people because I know that those are the people that are going to bring me the right information in order for me to expand my mindset and start changing my mindset, right? So mindset changes. One, we already cover it because of your network. Okay, very important. Your network, your friends, the people that you surround yourself with, the type of conversations that you're having with these people. And like I said, I know we've heard it before, but it's always good to have it fresh in our minds to know that everyone out there has what you want. And all you got to do is go and get it from who? From people. So in order for you to get it from people, you have to be able to make those relationships. And those people won't talk to you if your mindset is not to their level. That's very important. So network, that's your number one thing when you're trying to build your mindset. Number 2 is your personal. And when I say your personal, I mean, what are you telling yourself every day? And in this one, I am going to go a little bit deeper because this is something that I'm currently doing. I started in January 1st of 2021 with something called 75 Hard. And I'm sure that a lot of people have heard about it. Andy Frisella, huge shout out to you, Andy. And if you're all listening to this, great content with 75 Hard. I started the challenge on January 1st, was able to accomplish the challenge in my first time. And I strongly believe that my mindset has grown times 10 after promoting this challenge. So that falls with personal because that's something that I wanted to do, not for business, not for money. I didn't want to do it for no one else but myself. It was my personal choice to join a workout program, which is what 75 Hard is, a workout mindset program for 75 days. And go check them out. Make sure you follow his pages. Great program if you're looking into fitness. It's a great way to start changing from the outside in. So a lot of people say, how does that work? How do you change your mindset from the outside in? Your mindset is what you tell yourself. We already said that. Your mindset is your network. But you can also change your mindset by simply feeling better. So something so simple as working out. A lot of people do it. A lot of people work out daily. Some people weekly. Some people work out every other hour, right? Some people don't work out at all. Everything in excess, everything that you do too much of is bad, right? But feeling better and bringing that mindset and that peace of mind that you look good, that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you feel confident. That tells you a whole different story as far as building your mindset. Why? Because now you're going to start putting positive things into your mindset. Now you're going to start putting confidence. You're going to start putting good emotions, good content that's going to make you feel good. Now, obviously, it's not easy. No workouts are easy. No, nothing that you're uncomfortable with is easy, right? But like I was saying earlier, when I started this challenge, I didn't work out probably 3 years prior to that challenge, which means prior to January 1st of this year, I never worked out. And I was totally out of shape. I was, I'm not a big guy, so weight hasn't been my issue. Gaining weight was my issue. And I've always struggled with that. So it always made me feel insecure. And my mindset was always that. I'm insecure about the way I look. I'm insecure because my face is not a certain way. I'm insecure because, I don't get a lot of people that like my things on Instagram. And I was very insecure. I was very hidden. I was very private. All my pages, all my social media was private because I didn't feel comfortable going out there. I didn't feel comfortable recording a podcast 6 months ago because my mindset was not ready. I didn't feel that I could sit here and talk and share my experience because my mindset wasn't ready. So on January 1st, I made a decision, a personal decision to change the outcome of the year. Are you going to finish the year the same way you finished 2020? Are you going to come at the end of the year and write your New Year's goals one more time? But your mindset is going to stay the same because your mindset is programmed to work a certain hour, get a certain paycheck, and go through the holidays of the year, spend your money, and keep doing that, right? But in the beginning of this year, when I told myself that I would start working out, physically, the changes were tremendous. In 75 days, I was able to accomplish my weight goal. I was able to accomplish all the things that I set out myself to do through the challenge of 3 months. And I think that was probably one of the best decisions I ever made because now I see myself different. Now I feel different. Now I know that when I'm talking to someone, I'm more confident. Well, this is episode number 1 and I'm recording it. Why? Because I just feel that the mindset has changed. The mindset has elevated. I feel better about myself. And that's what I want to be able to share with you, right? Your mindset is determined by what? Your network. That's number 1. Number 2, how can you make your mindset stronger? By working on yourself. That's topic number 2 or breakdown number 2, which is helping you become a different you. Now you're probably listening to this podcast and you're probably in the car or you're on your way to work or you're coming out of work. Whenever you're listening to this, you're going to start thinking, well, I worked out this one time and it didn't work. Or I did this and it didn't work. Or I tried this and it didn't work. Or I read this book and it didn't work. You see, repetition is the mother of all skills. And your mindset won't change in 20 minutes. It won't change in an hour. It won't change in a 30-minute podcast that this guy Gabriel came and gave. Your mindset will change through your network. So start networking. Your mindset will also change through the personal changes that you start taking upon yourself, whether it's working out, reading, picking up new habits, getting rid of old habits that have your mindset stuck on the things that you want, getting uncomfortable, getting out of that comfort zone, working out and starting a workout and 5 minutes within the workout complaining of pain, that's a weak mindset. But that's not your fault. You were trained like that through the years and through the people and through society to be afraid of change, to be afraid of pain, to be afraid of trying something new. So out of this entire podcast today, guys, I really appreciate everyone for joining in and taking a few minutes of your time to listen in. And like I said, it all goes down to your personal decisions. It all goes down to your network. It all goes down to your personal choices, to the things that you're feeding yourself on every single day occasion, such as what are you reading? What are you watching? Who are you following? And what are you telling yourself every day? It's very easy to become complacent. It's very easy to become comfortable. it's very easy to judge and point the finger, right? Hey, you did it, or you did it, or you did it, right? Or you're doing it wrong. It's very easy to do that. But the only person that can start working on all those things that I mentioned, and all those things that would help you define your mindset and make it better and make it grow for yourself is you, right? So I'm gonna leave it off with this. In every single episode, we're gonna finish every podcast with "Let's put it on the table," right? So I'm gonna put it on the table. This is gonna be a quick rant, put it or per se, for me to be able to share exactly what I feel out of this topic today. And I hope that you're able to take something from today's topic. I'm hoping that you're able to learn something, or you heard something that you didn't hear before. And if you heard all of it, maybe it's just a good refresher for you to go back in there and start practicing on how to change your mindset. So based on that, I am going to finish off with "Let's put it on the table." And by putting it on the table, all I got to say to all the followers and to everyone that's tuning in, your mindset will only change because of you. Your mindset is only determined by you. No one else can change that for you, if that makes any sense. As you go through life, you will understand that you will have problems, you will get difficulties, you will get things that will get on the way onto you being positive. Being positive is probably one of the hardest things to do. We are in the middle of a pandemic. We do realize that there is a lot of problems in the world in general, not just here. And all that plays a huge factor into what you're feeding yourself, right? Be the one that's out there on YouTube looking at things, how to do your business or how to grow, opposed to sitting down watching TV, trying to understand why the world is not giving you what you want. So I'll put it on the table by saying, go out there and get what you want. Only you can do it. No one else can. Change your mindset, change your people, change your personal habits, and you'll see that it'll work. So I'll check you out on the next episode, and follow us here. Follow all our social media. This is Gabriel. Let's leave it on the table. Let's get it.